Hello and welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Wednesday edition of Rasaji Speaks. Let's see what our lesson is on Hump Day, as Chen says. Courage unleashed, embracing the fear to find the strength. Embracing the fear. Well, that's kind of a giveaway right there, that subtitle, because according to the Lamasery, courage is usually never without fear. In other words, courage literally is given to its birth out of fear. I'll deal with my exact experience. Who would have ever thought that the way Lamaji makes a good portion of his living today is speaking publicly to people all over the world? I can remember in seventh grade, oral and nonverbal communication class, I would wait till unbelievable before I would get up. I found out much years later, after experiencing death myself, that death is not the number one fear. If you rank fears, public speaking is way above the fear of dying. Did you know that? It most certainly is. Years later, when I walked out on stage at 15, 16, and 17, to find out that I'm going to start dancing and performing, not in a group of 1, 2, 3, or 30 students, but thousands of people in the audience. I remember overcoming that very fear. I remember the ballet master in the wings one day when she says, Rasaji, just open up. And I opened up, and I'll never forget that feeling of the power of the peace and excitement that came that pushed the fear out of me. Of anything that can turn your nadas, your psychic spokes, and your chakras, it's fear. Fear, hate, anxiety. Oh my God, the very reason that we have anxiety is not the inability to face a fear. And what is at the root of most fears? The unknown outcome of an event, of where it's going to take you. Because if you have knowledge, it's not fearful. It's the unknown experience, the unknown going forward. How does a boy, David, that I realized today was the size of Chin, barely over 5 foot tall, stand against Goliath that they said was over 8 foot tall? Imagine. He was 5 to 6 Davids and had this huge spear. David had slingshot. But see, like the Ark of the Covenant, David had God on his side, and David knew he had God on his side. David was already speaking intimately on a daily basis with God. When he records the Psalms years later, you can read the Psalms and you know for a fact David was the Judean version of Jalal Rumi, the mystic 13th century poet that is unbelievable, the poetry of Rumi, one of the greatest poets that ever lived. But read David's Psalms. Oh my God, it's amazing. Out of that courage came the insight to bring forth the courage of God's word. That's right. And then to run a kingdom for many, many, many years. It's not by wonder that 14 generations later, that Joseph himself will be asked to lead a caravan, right, with Melchior, a Tai Chi Gong master, and magic, and lead them into the Far East, the Mid East, the courage to take and lead that caravan, the courage to manage the money that the Magi had given to Jesus at the time of his birth. Courage. What kind of courage did Mother Mary must have had when she knows everybody was going to ridicule her and judge her for being pregnant, never knowing a man, which means, let alone it would be her husband, to face the possibility of adulteration, right? I mean, women were stoned back in those days. In some places in the world, they still are. Did you know that? That's how backwards still some of the world really, really is. It's amazing, but out of fear comes the courage. We hear some of this courage from time to time from our very own students and members of the circleofchi.com. 1 o'clock on the gathering meeting with Sister Lynette. Yes, you can hear people share of the fears that they're overcoming, and they share because they feel supportive to share what's in their heart to everyone. Or sometimes at night at 7:30 with Sister Dawn, they will share sometimes. It's one of the reasons we never record it, because a lot of times it's kind of like the Tai Chi Gong group therapy session, if you will. It's powerful because people here are literally changing their lives. They're going through transformation. They're rising to the occasion. They know what it means when you say the rubber meets the road, because they do it every day of their life. It's not for the weak, but it's for the people who are inspired by the Holy One that lives and dwells in all of us. You know, when we're doing our mirror meditation, he's the one looking through our eyes. He's the one listening through our ears. He's the one speaking the words that come out of your mouth. That's the Holy One. The Holy One of Israel, the Holy One that spoke to King David, that gave him the strength to face that giant. God can give you the strength to face all your giants. Are you ready? Then step in and join us today. I hope to see you on one of the gatherings with Sister Lynette or Don real soon. And God bless you and your family. And as we say in the Lama Rasaji, Barak B'Shai, may the blessings be to you and to your glorious family. See you bright and early tomorrow on Thursday. Rasaji Speaks. God bless.